Hello, my name is Denis Fedorov, and in this video I'm going to explain how to pronounce Russian consonants. In Russian language there are 33 letters and 21 of them are consonants. Let's name them all. B, V, G, D, Ж, Z и краткое К, Л, М, Н, П, Р, С, Т, F, H, C, Ч, Ш, Щ. Some of these consonants are pretty hard for an English speaker, some not. Some have a full pronunciation analogy in English, others not. And let's divide all consonants from this point of view into two groups, hard and not hard. Here is the not hard group. We call it so because you can already pronounce all of these letters, but don't know it yet, because the S sounds have an analogy in English. This group consists of the following consonants: B, V, G, D, Z, K, L, M, N, P, S, T, F, H, Ч. 15 letters. The second group consists of 6 consonants and is hard because foreigners always have problems with these letters. Here are they: И краткое, Р, Ж, Ц, Ш, Щ. 6 letters only. Now let's go through the first easier group and then go through the hard one. Okay, the first group consists of 15 consonants, sounds, and proper sounding for these letters can be learned by using their English analogies. The letter B. It sounds as B in body, B in club, B in subway. The Russian examples for B are брат, борьба, боб, брат, борьба, боб. The letter V. It sounds as V in visit, V in controversial, V in active. The Russian examples for V are врач, повар, война, врач, повар, война. The letter G. It sounds as G in get, G in elegant, G in blog. The Russian examples for G are герой, погода, гол, герой, погода, гол. The letter D. It sounds as D in dome, D in conduct, D in code. The Russian examples for D are дом, дочь, драка. Дом, дочь, драка. The letter Z. It sounds as Z in zoo, Z in guzzle, Z in zigzag. The Russian examples for Z are зеленый, позор, золото, зеленый, позор, золото. The letter K. It sounds as K in kite, C in focus, CK in lock. The Russian examples for K are кенгуру, кот, поток, кенгуру, кот, поток. The letter L. It sounds as L in bottle, L in low, L in glare. The Russian examples for L are легкий, ложка, пол. Легкий, ложка, пол. The letter M. It sounds as M in motor, M in human, M in norm. The Russian examples for M are motor, mama, limon. Motor, mama, limon. The letter N. It sounds as N in novel, N in center, N in fallen. The Russian examples for N are ночь, слон, он. Ночь, слон, он. The letter P. It sounds as P in pot, P in accept, P in mop. The Russian examples for P are папа, парк, пила. Папа, парк, пила. The letter S. It sounds as S in sleep, S in absorb, C in mice. The Russian examples for S are сон, посол, страх. Сон, посол, страх. The letter T. It sounds as T in tone, T in altar, T in accent. The Russian examples for T are тонна, товарищ, потоп. Тонна, товарищ, потоп. The letter F. It sounds as F in funny, F in office, F in fox. The Russian examples for F are фен, фон, флот. Фен, фон, флот. The letter H. It sounds as CH in loch, H in hit, H in he. The Russian examples for H are холод, доход, крах. Холод, доход, крах. The letter Ch. It sounds as CH in cheese, CH in chunk, CH in coach. The Russian examples for Ч are человек, печень, врач. Человек, печень, врач. Now the second group. This group consists of 6 letters that cause constant problems to foreigners. So let's thoroughly go through these letters to make you understand how to pronounce them properly. The letter I краткая. It sounds as Y in boy, Y in toy, Y in ploy. The Russian examples for I краткая are yoga, твой, йогурт, йога, твой, йогурт. The letter I краткая, according to Russian rules, is a consonant, but for an English speaker it is better to understand this letter as a semi-vowel semi-consonant, because this letter plays a role that is close to English Y. And English Y is a semi-vowel semi-consonant. The sound for this letter is met in Russian language much more often than the letter I краткая itself, because it is not only represented by its own sound Y, as Y in boy, toy, ploy, but it is also a part of letters Ye, Yo, You, Ya. These 4 vowels have no own sounds, but consist of 2 sounds, y-e, y-o, y-u, y-a. So, the letter I kratke is much an analogy of English Y and pronounced as Y in boy, toy. Why is it a problematic letter? Because it always causes problems when pronounced in the end of the word. And the problem is not only in pronunciation but hearing and perception. Foreigners usually have a problem between differentiating the sound of y and e. Criterion, критерий. Usually a foreigner hears and pronounces this word as критерий, критерий, критерии. So they pronounce it in the second way. The same problem is actual for many words that end in I kratke. The same always happens with word mine, мой, and they often hear and say мои instead of мой. So the problem of I kratke is that it is often confused with E, and to fix this problem it is important to understand the difference between the I and I kratke. The main difference is that I kratke is very short and the I is long. You can sing I like I, but I kratke singing will cause problems like Y. I kratke is pronounced with strain like Y. Let's go to practice. To properly pronounce I kratke, first simply place your tongue into a position when you pronounced I in fleet. I. And to pronounce I kratke, you should move the middle part of your tongue slightly up, and you get I kratke, Y. So take the I position and move the middle of the tongue up until it starts to pronounce the Y sound. The secret again in the position of the middle of the tongue. However, you are already able to pronounce this sound because you have it in English as, again, Y in boy, toy, ploy. And, by the way, please do not forget in writing to put a mark above I to write I kratke. The letter R. Well, I would be glad to say that R sounds as R in rest, R in roll, R in rib, but it is not so. To hear the difference, the Russian examples for R are река, рука, гора, река, рука, гора. Russian R is the main problem for English speakers. It is the letter that you should pay the most of your attention to. And this letter is usually pronounced by English speakers as English R, but its sounding is not like that. So, to avoid severe accent, let's learn to pronounce this letter properly. And let's start with your mouth. When you speak English R as R in rest, the ending of your tongue is somewhere in the back upper middle of your mouth. To transform this R sound into R, you need to move your tongue forward, touching the upper part of your mouth. There is a place, alveoli. Those are the hills, knobs behind the upper incisors or upper teeth. Find it. Well, the R sound is made by touching these alveoli. Try to say R in 4, but move the end of the tongue to the alveoli. It's still hard, yes, but there is a new feeling appearing. Try it. Say R in 4, but move the end of the tongue to the alveoli. Now the position of the tongue is proper, and there is only one thing left to do to produce this R sound. The thing is that you need to vibrate the tongue and touch the alveoli at the same time. And very important, it is done when you exhale. It's hard, but it should be trained as you train whistling or something like that. Give yourself some time. Just practice from time to time to get this sound, and you will be able to do that. and the goal is to take this to get the sound r. And to make your efforts easier, here is a tip for those who is familiar with Russian alphabet. Try to learn to pronounce r properly by training its pronunciation in a combination with letters t and d. Tr, dr, tr, dr, tr, dr, and so on. Again, practice is needed here. Even most of advanced Russian learners can't pronounce this letter R, but you need to do it. Start with English R, move the end of the tongue to the alveoli, exhaling, try to vibrate the end of the tongue to get this R sound. Give yourself time and try until you can do that. The letter Z. It sounds as S in measure, S in pleasure, S in treasure. The Russian examples for Z are желтый, жужжать, женщина. Желтый, жужжать, женщина. Letter Z and its pronunciation is natural to English speakers, but it causes some troubles both in writing and pronunciation. And if to learn to write it, you simply take Z and write it for 200 times. To learn to pronounce Z, you need good instructions sometimes. In spite of that, as I said, Z is pronounced as S in measure. Often there are problems with this letter, and I'm here to help. Remember the alveoli we spoke before. These are knobs just behind the upper teeth. So the end of the tongue touches the back side of the alveoli. Smile, and you will get the R sound. This is how we get R. The letter C. It sounds very similar to TS in hats, TS in pockets, TS in profits. The Russian examples for C are цапля, царь, конец, цапля, царь, конец. The thing about C is that it is actually not pronounced exactly as TS in hats, pockets, and profits. So all foreigners teach themselves to pronounce it as TS and get this pronunciation mistake to be a part of their accent. Yes, this pronunciation is close to the original, but when a native speaker hears you, one will notice and hear the improper sounding. What to do? The thing is that you should pronounce this TS in hats in a way that T is very short, and you make it short by reducing the first and main part of the T sound. Try it. A very short T followed by S in hats to get the proper sounding for C. This way you will come from the improper ts to the proper ts, 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 ts. Probably you don't hear the difference. So to pronounce C properly, try to reduce the sound for letter T, for letter T in hats, and you will get Russian sound for C. The letters sh and sha. Sha sounds as sh in sheep, sh in mushroom, sh in vanish. The Russian examples for sha are shina, машина, шмель, шина, машина, шмель. Sha have no direct analogy in English, but it would sound as CHSH in shampoo, so shampoo would sound as shampoo, shampoo. The Russian examples for sha are щавель, щука, щетина, щавель, щука, щетина. So letter sha and sha. We will learn to pronounce them in pair because that is how it is done. The problem with these letters is that Russian learners cannot even hear the difference between them. So I don't even dare to think that these people can pronounce sha properly. To find the difference between these two letters, let's find how to pronounce sha. Shop, ship, friendship, shore. You know how to pronounce it in English. To pronounce sha, the sound sh in these words, you move your tongue back and end of your tongue is slightly behind the alveoli. Try it. And to pronounce sha, you simply move the tongue along the alveoli forward. Shh. Take from shop and find the position for the tongue when you pronounce sh. Now move the tongue forward to the front teeth and the sound sh will come. Train a little bit and the result will be not long in coming. Also, the difference between sh and sh is that sh is longer to pronounce. Sha is longer to pronounce than sha. And to learn to pronounce sha, it is better to do it by pronouncing she. In this word, try to replace the sound sh by sh. She, 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 she. And you may try to do it with other words that have e after sh combination, because this combination of sh and e is the best proven one to train proper sha pronunciation. So that's it. All the consonants are behind. Note the consonants that you have problems with and work on their proper pronunciation. Especially work on r and sha. When you're done working on these two letters, work on r again to make its pronunciation good, because its pronunciation is the main problem that can ruin your accent. And when you learn even a moderate number of words and go through the beginner's grammar, the main thing that people will notice to assess your level of Russian will be the accent and pronunciation. So pay attention to it from the beginning. And good luck in learning Russian. Bye.